A computer-generated simulation of real-world settings, sensations, and interactions is known as virtual reality. It has gained popularity as a technology for entertainment, instruction, and other uses. Users can explore and interact with virtual settings via VR, giving them a sense of presence and immersion in a virtual world. Hey and welcome to the channel. Subscribe and follow for more tech-savvy videos. Let's dive in. VR may now be experienced in a variety of ways thanks to technological advancements, from headsets to multi-user systems. Future potential for VR are almost endless as the technology develops further. The use of virtual reality technology is expanding beyond the realm of entertainment and is a crucial tool in a number of fields, including manufacturing, business, and education. Learn the fundamentals and the most recent information about how VR affects your world from specialists. Virtual reality, what is it? Computer technology is used to build virtual reality settings. The user is immersed in a three-dimensional experience thanks to virtual reality. Users engage with 3D worlds instead of just seeing a screen in front of them. A computer becomes a portal into new realms when all 5 human senses are simulated. The availability of content and computational power are the only constraints for a fantastic VR experience. VR and AR are in a state of invention right now, asserts Sam Trujian, a VR developer at Napster. Headsets are becoming cordless, smaller, and faster. The development of mass-produced consumer headsets that businesses employ to present their products and propositions to clients has barely begun. Not just with private developers, AR is already well-liked in architecture and development. This technology is used by local governments and councils for sustainable development and municipal planning. Although AR is already quite accessible without a headset, I'd like to see VR and AR combined in a headset in the future because this isn't currently possible. Virtual reality's 3 subtypes. Extended reality is another name for all 3 varieties of VR, including non-immersive, semi-immersive, full immersive, and a combination of them. Main levels of computer-generated simulation are offered by 3 different sorts of virtual reality experiences. The following are the 3 primary VR categories. Virtual reality that isn't immersive is frequently disregarded because it's so widespread. Non-immersive VR technology creates a virtual world on a computer, but the user is still aware of and in control of their physical surroundings. A good example of non-immersive VR is video gaming. Semi-immersive VR. This kind of VR offers an experience that is partially based in a virtual setting. When combined with graphics, computing, and a big projector systems, such as flight simulators for aspiring pilots, this kind of VR makes sense for instruction and training. Fully immersive virtual reality. At the moment, fully immersive virtual reality technologies are not yet available, but because of how quickly technology is developing, they might be. With this kind of VR, the simulation experiences are the most lifelike in terms of sight, sound, and occasionally even smell. Games that simulate racing in a car are an example of immersive virtual reality since they give the player a sense of speed and dexterity. VR is increasingly being used in fields outside of entertainment and games. Specific shared traits are included in the definition of virtual technology. They are computer-generated, convincing as multi-dimensional experiences, interactive and immersive. What sets augmented reality apart from virtual reality? VR is a completely comprehensive, all-encompassing artificial experience that hides the real world. Augmented reality uses digital overlays that combine synthetic items to improve users' perceptions of their surroundings. VR produces artificial environments by using sensory input. Users' actions influence the environment created by the computer, at least in part. In the contrast to the actual world as it exists today, digital surroundings mirror genuine places. In augmented reality, the real world is seen directly or through a device like a camera to create a visual, and computer-generated inputs like still images, music, or video are added to that vision. Because AR enhances the real-world experience rather than producing a brand new one, it differs from VR. How does technology for virtual reality operate? Hardware and software are combined in the VR process to produce immersive experiences that trick the eye and brain. While software provides the depicted virtual environment, hardware supports sensory simulation and stimulation like noises, touch, smell, or heat intensity, the 3D VR experience, and eye and brain function. The production of immersive experiences imitates how the eye and brain create images. Due to the 3-inch distance between human eyes, there are 2 somewhat distinct images. To create a sensation of depth and stereoscopic display, the brain combines these viewpoints. Applications for virtual reality imitate that phenomenon by using 2 identical images taken from 2 distinct angles. It displays 2 identical pictures offset headset for each eye rather than a single image filling the full screen. VR technology tricks the viewer's brain to accepting the illusion of a three-dimensional image and perceiving a sensation of depth. Which technologies are used in virtual reality? In most cases, VR technology consists of headsets and add-ons like controllers and motion trackers. The technology is accessed through a web browser and is powered by either proprietary downloaded apps or web-based VR. What equipment is used for virtual reality? Hardware for virtual reality can be sensory aids like controllers, headphones, hand trackers, treadmills, and, for makers, 3D cameras. VR goggles, a head-mounted device like goggles, is a VR headset. A visual screen or a display is a VR headset. Modern sound, eye or head motion tracking sensors or cameras are frequently found in headsets. Three primary categories of headsets exist. VR headsets that are PC-based are typically the most expensive since they provide the most immersive experiences. These headsets are typically powered by external hardware and cable tethered to the headset. High-quality music, images, and head tracking are available, adding to the realism, and there are built-in motion sensors, an external camera tracker, and a dedicated display. All-in-one or standalone virtual reality headsets are wireless, integrated devices like tablets or smartphones. Wireless virtual reality headsets are not always portable. Some systems use nearby consoles or PCs to transfer data wirelessly, while others employ wired packs that are carried in a pocket or attached to clothing. Mobile headsets. This type of equipment has lenses on the outside that enclose a smartphone. In order to produce a stereoscopic view and turn a smartphone into a VR device, lenses are used to divide the screen. Mobile headsets cost not too much money. Since the phone does the processing, wires are not required. When compared to gaming console or PC-based VR, phones don't provide the best visual experiences and are underpowered. They don't offer positional tracking at all. It is impossible to see around things in a scene since the produced environment only displays from a single angle. VR supplements. Virtual reality accessories are hardware items that support VR technology. The development of new gadgets to enhance the immersive experience is ongoing. The 3D mouse, optical trackers, wired gloves, motion controllers, bodysuits, treadmills, and even smelling gadgets are examples of modern accessories. Some of the modern VR accessories include the following. A 3D mouse is a control and pointing tool created for navigation in virtual 3D environments. Accelerometers, multi-axis sensors, IR sensors, and lights are just a few of the controls used by 3D mice to control movement in 3D and 2D pointing. Visual gadgets that track the user's position include optical trackers. The most popular technique for VR systems is to track an item or a person using one or more fixed video cameras. Wired gloves. This hand-worn gadget is also referred to as a pair of data or cyber gloves. Different sensor systems record information about bodily activity. A motion tracker is attached to record information on the rotation and overall position of the glove, similar to the inertial or magnetic tracking device. Movement is interpreted by the glove software. High-end models offer tactile stimulation or haptic feedback, enabling a wired glove to function as an output device. Motion controllers. With these tools, users can move around in mixed reality. Because they are precisely positioned in space, controllers enabled fine-grained interaction with digital things. Omnidirectional treadmills. This auxiliary device enables users to move physically in any direction. ODTs give consumers the freedom to walk about freely for a totally immersive VR experience. Smelling device. One of the most recent additions in the field of virtual reality is a smelling tool. The startup varjo, which has its headquarters in Tokyo, sells a headgear attachment that emits scents to represent the size and shape of a candy bar. Several distinct fragrances are contained in the fan-equipped gadget, and their potency can vary depending on the movement of the screen. Which software is used in virtual reality? To create VR, developers employ a variety of software. They include visualization software, content management, game engines, social platforms, and training simulators. They also contain VR software development kits. VR content management system software is a common office tool used by businesses to gather, organize, and analyze VR content. Software for VR game engines is used by developers to produce VR video game experiences. SDKs provide a foundation for designing, creating, and testing VR experiences. VR social platform software. With these capabilities, users can cooperate in VR from distant locations. Virtual reality training simulator software. This program can be used by practically any company to train staff members in realistic settings. Users interact with aggregated data in a virtual setting using VR visualization software to fully comprehend what the data signifies. Although virtual reality technology is most often associated with gaming, it is also used to enhance sales, improve learning, mimic travel, communicate, and more. The pandemic has pushed the usage of VR for remote work, social engagement, and virtual tourism. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.